All right, so welcome back to the second portion of the Average Giant Show. Sorry, we had a pop-up come up. I had to read it.
Yeah.
Right now we're going to be playing some Assault Android Cactus, one of my favorite Steam games, and we're joined with Witchbeam. Who is here from
This is
Witchbeam?
Sanatana. How do you pronounce that? I'm sorry.
Just call me Not. It's all fine. Everyone calls me Not.
Sure thing. So we're joined with Nod. How's it going today?
It's actually going pretty good so far. Sorting out things, getting ready to get on a plane tomorrow morning and go to PAX. So
Oh, man.
Yes,
about that.
we are super jelly. Just so you know.
That must be a long plane ride.
So I'm just gonna move this up.
Yeah, I think it ends up being about 23 or 4 hours all up.
Oh,
Holy cow.
that's crazy.
But that's 2 plane rides. So I fly over to LAX and then to Boston from there.
Oh, right. Oh, you should have just gone to PAX Prime in LA. It's
Yeah?
in Seattle. What am I talking about? I don't know anything. It's American.
I would love
They're my super
Well, I don't
awesome
know the
editing.
geography quite as well.
Yeah.
So, just quick edits here. There we go. Look at that. It looks decent enough, I guess. Oh god.
Looks great.
I moved that.
Let's go. Come on, I want to play.
No.
By the way, I'm calling Lemon right now.
Yes, you.
I
Alright.
love my
you can
lemon.
totally have lemon because I'm having God, my brain is gone for names. I'm having the one that can shoot stuff.
Do you want to,
Well-
while we're setting all this up, do you want to give a quick premise of what Assault Android Cactus actually is?
Sure thing. So, Assault Android Cactus, it's a twin-stick shoot 'em up. Very high intensity, high action, taking a lot of elements from like bullet hell style games, the Japanese bullet hell style games, and introducing them to traditionally what you'd expect out of a arena-based twin-stick shooter. We've got a variety of different characters, and they all have custom weapon sets that give them a unique playstyle. So things like machine gun, spread shot, seeker, laser, all that kind of good stuff. And you just jump in. The levels kind of get a bit crazy. They're quite dynamic. They've got a lot of changing elements, so the walls and the floors and things shift around, and eventually face off against crazy bullet hell bosses.
That's awesome. I love playing this game.
Okay.
So I know that there is a bit of a storyline for this. Can
Yep.
you elaborate into it?
So we're working on the intro cutscenes recently, actually. To try and get that point across a little bit, because right now we've just got some text in the game to kind of explain. But basically, the title character is Cactus. That's why the name of the game is Assault Android Cactus. It features Cactus with the green hair there.
Mm-hmm.
And she's a space cop who comes across a freighter that's kind of stopped responding. All of its hails are being ignored. As she approaches it, things have clearly gone wrong, and it activates its self-defense mechanism and tries to shoot her out of space. And she crash lands onto the ship, finds a bunch of other androids there who tell her that the androids are unaffected, but all the robots seem to have malfunctioned and are trying to destroy everything. So she bands up with the other androids and decides to march across the ship, find the Nexus core, and set everything right.
Cool.
And basically along the way you fight giant bosses and destroy lots of robots and rescue more androids that become playable characters.
That's
So I think we have to go through the we gotta go
That's
through
fine.
this.
You can skip the tutorial, just press start and go level select or character select.
Oh, cool.
Oh, there we go. Okay, so now you got to press start.
Boop.
No.
Lemon!
Oh, that's who I'm being Holly. Cause...
Lemon and Holly.
All right. So just so you know, we have never played local co-op before,
No, we have not.
Alright.
and like I said before, we are both going to be using controllers to make it that much more difficult.
However, you're in my domain now.
Oh snap! Twin stick to the max. Well, that's why I'm using the most socially awkward android. She's just the secretary.
Now, the first boss in this game is quite famous with a lot of the streaming crowd with the embryo boss.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you were talking about the whole bullet hell theme, and that was most likely part of the inspiration. Things like Ikaruga and
You want to know what I told him as I don't know if it was him or if it was just the Android Cactus team. I'm like, the next boss you need to put in should be called Spirograph.
Spirograph.
Yes.
Okay, and what does Spirograph do?
Basically, it's the equivalent of like a spirograph makes these like designs. This
Unless you're 30 years old, you're not going to get that.
it's a yeah, it's a little circle thing that you stick on a paper, and you take a pen, and it makes this really neat. I guess like a geometric shape or something like that.
Yeah.
I would say look it up
Oh, yeah.
when you have a chance. But basically, what I was thinking is that you make it called spirograph, and then it just shoots these geometric like shapes of bullets at you. But I guess what we'll do is
there's going to be more bullet hell bosses in the game, so I don't think it's going to be called Spirograph. So that's kind of a cool name.
oh, and just so you know, I got my Android Cactus on.
Oh, you got the shirt.
I
Oh,
got
that's
the shirt.
awesome.
Yep, I got it a couple days ago through the Teespring, and I'm super glad I got it because it was freaking was it $17 after shipping. So great deal.
Run!
What?
Yeah.
You want to be a
We
play?
tried to
No.
keep
What?
it, oh, go ahead.
No, it's okay. He just wants me to press A. Okay, I'll press A. Let's do this. We're just gonna jump into it.
Yeah, we tried to keep the price of the shirts down by doing like the two-tone colors and things like that, so people could kind of afford them more and get them if they wanted to. I'm glad it worked out.
Yeah, I mean that was a great. The price is what got me to buy it. I'm like, yeah, that's an awesome price.
Speaking of prices, we actually had a question in chat asking if this game is available to play now and what the price point would be.
Right, it is actually available now on Steam, but it's in early access, so it's not a full release game. It's still being developed. It's $15, and there's also a demo on there, so you can download the demo if you want to check it out for free first.
And if you don't download the demo, I don't respect you. Because this game is one of my absolute favorites.
Then that's a good recommendation. As you guys can probably tell, since you've never played local co-op before, we scale up the number of enemies based on how many people are playing.
I kind of noticed that, and I'm kind of glad too, because then it keeps the keeps everything going.
So
we found that if you scaled up their hit points or something like that, your weapons start to feel really weak. But if you scale up the number of enemies, you can still feel kick-ass and just have crazy stuff going on.
No, I want to ask you. I think there was an article about this when it was about the people that were pirating the game.
Oh right, yeah.
Now, was that? Did you guys say that it was actually kind of good for what you were trying to, or was it bad? I forget.
I think in general, people pirating your game is not the greatest. But what we were talking about when it was happening was the idea that there were old, crappy versions of the game out there that someone had leaked, like a press preview version.
That's what it was.
And what we didn't like was the idea that someone would be playing the crappy version of the game and getting a bad impression. Like if somebody is going to pirate our game, we want them to like play the best possible version. None of the versions of our game have DRM on them, so you can buy it through Humble Store as well as Steam, and both are actually DRM free. Because we don't kind of think it's relevant to try and stop people from playing our game.
yeah.
Because I think there's three tiers is what friend Tim, who does all the programming, all the art, and all the everything on the game says. There's the people who buy your game, they're the best people, so if you want to be one of those people, you can. And then there's the people who play your game, and that's pretty cool too, because like they're interested and they want to play it, and maybe they have a good time. And then there's the people who don't even play your game, and that's like the people that you want to try and convince the most. So pirates kind of sit in the middle there.
That's a really good way to look at that, actually.
There's another one.
So, do you want to explain to our viewers the 3 different types of power-ups that you can pick up while we're playing in the little arena?
Since we kind of went past the tutorial.
Yeah, so I'll human tutorial. I've gotten used to this at a few different events being the human tutorial. Basically, the little white orbs that you're seeing when you kill enemies, they release those. If you grab them, they power up your main weapon. So that's why you can see Lemon's firing much more spread shot shots now, and Holly's got really, really fast, crazy bullets going on. So if you keep collecting those, you keep leveling up your main gun. Then they will drop the colored orbs. So there's yellow, blue, and red. The blue ones shut down all the enemies on the level, like a kind of not a smart bomb in the sense that it doesn't kill them, but it's the equivalent where it like stops everything from being able to hurt you, and they take extra damage. The yellow one gives you speed power up, giving you wings up here around your android. You move really, really fast, and all power ups are drawn towards you. You also get a little bit of evasion because we found that you also put yourself in the danger zone when you're moving 2 or 3 times as fast.
Well said.
And the third one, the red power-up, gives you these orbital drones that shoot at everything. And I think anyone who's ever played classic shoot-'em-ups will understand the concept of helper robots that shoot for you.
Totally.
Yeah.
Is the game going to have online multiplayer?
No, it's only going to be offline. Sorry, guys. Just
I completely understand that. It's also one of the games that you want to play this one offline. You want to play it where you're in the room.
Yeah, because then you can be like punch each other while
yeah,
we're playing.
I'm sure we'll get into it. Wait until we get to some of the harder levels.
Yeah, I know, because I've had 2 crowns in a row. Aren't you supposed to be the ultimate shooter guy? There?
Yeah,
just trying to
I
shoot.
thought I had a bigger chain. My chain is like double yours.
It's
Oh, no, your chain is double mine.
players, Wiki.
Yeah, how did I get the better? Unless it's the loser gets the crown.
Hey, Squeaky's in chat. What up, Squeaky?
No, the crown is for the person who had the highest score. So if you look at the breakdown here, it shows 229,000 to 220,000. So very, very close scoring there.
Still won.
In like,
Still won.
3 or 4% of each other. So the numbers on the right there, you got the chain icon, shows how many enemies you chain killed. The little destruction icon shows just how many you killed total, and then the number of deaths you have, which reduces your score.
In the wrong direction.
Yeah. Yeah, but one of the neat things in this game is that death doesn't kill you. It's the battery up top that you need to pay attention to.
And I do remember hearing some people didn't like that mechanic, although it's what makes the game. It's one of those things that makes the game.
Oh, completely. Oh, no! Like that death mechanic.
Yeah. See, that's what we think is the mechanic in the game is that you do have an infinite number of lives, so to speak. When you actually get defeated, you're being knocked down,
Oh my God.
and
Oh my
really
God.
all you're
Oh my
losing
God.
is time.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
But at the top of the screen, there is a battery system there, and that's constantly draining just from you being alive in the game. And the only way to get more battery is to defeat enemies, and then you can grab it from them. So that big green orb, when it appears, you go and you grab that, and it'll recharge all the androids on the field. Now part of that is that we wanted to make sure that the game, we wanted to introduce a much more aggressive style of gameplay, like a traditional, like if you have a shoot 'em up where the screen is moving and you're forced to engage with the enemies all the time, that's one method of applying pressure and making sure that aggressive gameplay is the way to try and play.
Yeah.
All things get crazy.
Oh, it's getting pretty crazy here.
Oh my God!
It's getting pretty crazy.
I'm switching guns!
I'm trying to. Oh no! Come on! I was just gonna use my special. So tell everybody about the specials, the special attacks.
One thing I wanted to mention first was oh, you totally deserve that one. In the last game that we did, they were saying about how they kind of geared it towards speedrunners, and like they like that kind of competitive play for the platformers. I find it's very, very similar with Assault Android Cactus, except for score. It's very much a score-driven game.
Well, we wanted the game to be really all about the flow of the gameplay. There's essentially 2 games in one. The first game is playing it to the point where you can actually beat a level, which is it can be hard at first, right? Just to be able to beat all the levels in the game is actually challenging. But then the second level of gameplay comes in when it's mastering the game and perfecting all the levels. Every single level with every character can be S+ ranked, which is defeating all the enemies in a single combo chain.
Was that Sarah Sharpie that did that the first time?
Yeah, she was the first person I think to have actually done that to every level in the early access build. So now I have to make the game harder, obviously.
No. Unless you want to add a difficulty
We're not building
level.
the game entirely just for speedrunners and score addicts, but it's the duality of the layers. The initial game of just completing it, which I think most people will probably just play to that level. But you'll definitely get people who will push up to want to be like, I want to S+ the entire game.
Oh yeah.
I want to play the next level!
No! I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna replay the level. No. The one thing that I remember was the big thing that was worth mentioning is that, like you already said, this is a pre-alpha still.
Yeah.
And one of the things that everybody said was that this is one of the nicest pre-alpha games ever. Like just.
Well, thank you.
Just how polished it is. The graphics, the gameplay.
If the game released like this, I would pay $15-20 for this. Easy.
Yeah, this game is ridiculous. Ridiculous!
I really appreciate that. I'm hoping that by the time we're done, and there's a lot more what I consider to be long-term kind of interesting, rewarding stuff left to go in the game. All of our unlock and reward structure is missing at the moment, so we've got a lot of bonus features planned, like special camera modes and gameplay additions.
Oh, cool.
That you'll be able to enable.
Yeah, you know what would be
an
interesting mode that I would like to see?
First person.
First person.
Have you seen first person?
No. Can you?
So that's it's not in the build that you have right now, and it is coming as a bonus.
Oh my
mode.
god.
That's gonna be ridiculous.
Oh my god. Man, sometimes I love the accelerate, and sometimes I go, ah, snap, why did I pick you up?
The
It
one.
does give you some evasion though, so it keeps you alive. I gotta
Oh,
answer
yeah.
some of these Twitter
that was
questions.
dumb.
So somebody was asking, did you develop this game by yourself? No, I did not. There are actually 3 of us making the game. I
Wait
do
a-
game design.
Way to not
There's
take all the
also
credit.
Tim. There's Tim who does the art and the programming, and Jeff who does
Oh, come on.
all the audio in the game, music, sound effects, everything.
Which is one of my favorite parts of this game. The audio is just impeccable. Oh,
Hoping you guys like the soundtrack when it's ready to come out as well. We were just listening to it last night, actually. Some of like the long form versions of the tracks.
oh, nice.
Because, they get cut up and become very interactive in the game. It actually has a fully interactive music system. So while you're playing, there's 3 or 4 different versions of every track that it changes between based on how well you're doing.
What?
And in the soundtrack, there'll be like a fully composed version of each song.
Cool. I would, yeah, please do let me know when that
I
comes
think
out.
it's not. I'm still getting a crown here, and I'm not even close. Oh no, I'm looking at your score.
Yeah, you are.
Never mind. I
You're doing
totally,
just fine.
I totally ruined you on that one.
Yes, yeah, I didn't do good on that one.
Oh. Yeah, I remember when you when this was first released, when you were giving out the keys back. Boy, it was a while ago now. Quite a few months
Yeah,
ago.
a long time ago,
Yeah,
actually.
way back in the day,
Yes.
where there was
Another
game.
time.
very few. There's a whole bunch of the characters and levels that were still not actually in it. Like, I actually just because I decided to reset all of my settings just to start fresh with this, but. You know, Aubergine is one of the big ones that you guys made. It seems to be a
She's really cool, actually. I really like playing with Aubergine.
yeah. She seems to be a hit with the crowd.
That's
Ready?
awesome.
I was about to hit it.
Oh snap! You're gonna win.
You think so?
You're gonna win.
No, we're doing this. We got this.
Rats, sneaky, filthy rats scurrying around my hold, but this is unexpected. It's Holly the bureaucrat. What's wrong? Am I late with an inventory report? See, that's what robots sound like.
I
That
like
is
how
what
it's
robots sound like.
So, did you guys take any inspiration from Mega Man X and like how the whole Maverick storyline goes?
I
That's
think
you.
the storyline's not necessarily taking inspiration from Mega Man, and it is something that like I draw a lot of parallels with. It's like
Mm-hmm.
how the art style wasn't necessarily influenced by
Sorry.
what's the game? Jet Force Gemini, but a lot of people notice that it's kind of similar in some ways.
Yeah, definitely.
It's just a natural kind of confluence of things that happens, I think. Although I did have an idea at one point
Stop
for
following
a
me.
different version of Cactus that I wanted to make. Single-player Mega Man-esque version of a twin-stick shooter that I may make
Oh,
at
that'd
one
be
point
cool.
in the future.
Oh.
Where you go after the bosses and unlock new weapons by defeating them.
Ooh.
Actually,
You got this.
well, now that I have a little bit more control of the first
Oh, darn. Oh!
I just got to remember to actually aim with the second stick. That's all.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I should
Yeah,
do
you got
this.
this.
Totally forgot about that.
Look at this.
Why aren't you using yours?
I have to. Filthy
Embryo. I think he's going down.
Oh, yeah.
It's my
What's
good
a
friend
lot-
Dan Lennon as the voice of Embryo.
Oopsie, oopsie, oopsie. Here, you can have another
Oh,
one.
really?
Channel-
You got another one of
Channeling
those.
his inner Megatron.
Oh my goodness. You can dab that. Oh no.
Oh, come on. We need to.
Aw,
Oh,
damn it.
darn. You got it. You got it. We need to beat this first shot on our stream.
Oh,
just
so
to say
good.
that we did.
What's it doing? Oh
No,
no.
no, 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 no!
No.
Oh, got me in a corner. You got. No.
Oh.
I'm down.
Oh. Oh
That's
no.
not good.
Oh sh.
Oh,
Son of a diddly. No, we're not gonna. No.
we got this. We got this.
Oh,
Get it, get it, get it, get it,
battery,
get it, get it. Sorry, we're not in. Oh.
Oh god, it just bounced off him. Why did it bounce off him?
We're doing okay. We're doing okay.
Yeah! Okay.
Oh, there's
Get
power
it.
up too.
There's
I'm
a
waiting.
Go get it
Okay,
for...
fine, I'll just... Up! Oh.
Oh, this is everything! Oh no!
Yeah. We're good.
How are you? Oh, it's looking tight on my screen.
Oh, man. Oh, no! No, 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 no! Come on,
Get
Lemon!
it! Oh, I missed him!
You can do it, Lemon!
Ah! Totally forgot about those! I missed him again! Oh god! Yeah!
Come on!
We did it!
Yeah! High fives! Boom!
Victory is
First
yours.
shot.
I'm sorry,
Congratulations.
Mr. Embryo.
Woo.
I'm sorry.
Hey, what up, Pee-wee? Oh, embryo first try. See? I told you we'd do it.
Well, with 2 people.
So that would...
Impressed.
I would like to see the single player. That's a really neat idea.
Yeah, that was one of my offshoot ideas. I think it's obviously a completely different game. It's not something you do this one. But
Yeah,
I think
of
it'd
course.
be fun to try and meld some genres like that. One of my favorite things to do is when I'm hanging out with my friend Dan, I just bust out some of Embryo's lines just to weird him out a little bit. At the cinemas yesterday, and we're trying to escape, and I think like one of the escalators was broken. We couldn't actually leave, so I was walking around going, "There is no escape."
That's awesome.
We wrote all the lines, but he had to say them in a super creepy voice.
Oh, who did the voice acting in this game?
So right now, all the Android voices are just placeholders that we've kind of put in, digital stand-ins here and there, and people that we've asked to help us out. But we're going to be getting professionals to voice all of the playable characters, and then the bosses are all going to be just us and our friends. So right
Cool.
now, Embryo is the voice of my friend Dan Lennon, who I used to work with at Sega, and Vespula is actually Jeff's wife, who does a fantastic kind of menacing, over-the-top theatrical character, I think.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot. You worked at Sega.
Yeah,
Sega!
we all did, actually, all 3 of us.
Is that how you guys originally met?
It is, actually. Yeah, working at Sega on a terrible strategy game, and then the Olympics game, and then the Castle of Illusion remake. But we were actually at almost like different points, and it just so happened to work out that we all enjoyed working with each other so much that when this opportunity came up, we were like, hey, we could just quit our jobs and make our own cool game that we actually believe in, and then we did.
And it worked out pretty damn well. I'm not gonna lie.
So far, I'm open. You guys seem to be enjoying it, so that's a good sign for me.
Question from my editor. Cactus
Sure.
has been in early access for a while. How instrumental has player feedback been during the back end of development?
I think it's been very instrumental. It's kind of tough because we had a very solid game before it went up on early access. Like you were saying, a lot of people, making note of the fact that we're quite a strong early access game. The fact that it's been there for so long is kind of frustrating to me because we've been like,
Oh yeah.
we'll get there eventually. It's still, even when you have a game that's very, very solid though, the feedback is just incredibly useful. Knowing, like, when you put a new feature in the game, new character, and you watch the scores on the scoreboard and you see how the balance plays out, or even just getting people's feedback on, like, the difficulty curve in a world. Last update we put in all the new enemy types for Zone 4, and we put up a thread on the forum going, hey, what do people think of this? And rightfully so, everyone pointed out that the 3rd level in the zone was by far, like, 10 times harder than everything else, and so we're kind of tweaking that down a bit to improve the curve. I mean, we weren't unhappy with the fact that there was something that difficult in the game, because we were able to beat it in our testing, and so that's fine. But the point where it was in the game doesn't make sense, because you want to build up people's, their skills before you test them.
Oh yeah, right. Interesting.
So I think it's been really, really useful. Even down to things like new weapon and character design, is a lot of it's based on what we find people respond to. You want to find things that people really love, and then just do more of that. And I wouldn't necessarily. I think a misconception is a lot of people think that early access is getting a team of free QA, but that's not actually the case. You don't want bugs in your game. You want your game to be bug free, so that the feedback you're getting is about the gameplay. If people are actually reporting a ton of bugs, then you're kind of like just wasting their time and your time.
I'm not gonna lie. When this first hit early access and I picked it up, I originally thought that it was a complete launch title.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, not a problem. But exactly like you said, that way, if it feels like a launch title, then you're going to get feedback about the actual gameplay rather than about all the bugs that you accidentally missed.
Yeah, absolutely. And then that's where you can truly make a change that impacts your game for the better in the long term.
What have been some of the biggest changes that you guys have implemented based on feedback?
I think one of them is going to be the fact that, and we kind of knew this when we put it in, that the level control is going to change a fair bit, like possibly go away. We've taken out 1 or 2 levels actually and completely replaced them wholesale. I think those are pretty big changes. At one point there was a level with a bunch of pillars in there that we're going to repurpose for something else, and we instead put in its place was that new relay level with all the transitioning elements, and you get on the elevator and it goes up and takes you to a new space. So that's kind of been some of the biggest changes, is just when we find a level does or doesn't work. You know, we had early versions of Vespula in there that saw a lot of changes. A lot of it's very transparent, away from like what the player will notice as being a big change, to more like we'll make preemptive changes based on what we're reading on the forums and the feedback that we're getting. So it's not necessarily content that goes in and then drastically changes, but the content that goes in is changed by the nature of the fact that we've got that feedback.
I see.
Oh my god,
This game is hard to think of questions sometimes because it's so high energy.
So has anybody said anything in the chat that you
the chat that I'm totally paying attention to.
This is actually one of our biggest problems with the game, and with being able to like market it and do kind of streams and get people playing and talking about it, is that you actually like you can't really talk and play at the same time and have a good time. Even at expos, you would not believe the number of like press people that have gone, hey, do you want to come around and check out Cactus? And they come around to check it out, and what they do is they play it and they go, oh yeah, I'm going to play the game, and then they have one earphone on and one earphone off, and they'll try and talk to me while they're playing, and then after like 10 seconds they either stop talking or pause the game because you can't do both.
Oh, right off the bat. Seriously.
I know a trick for that.
Fudge!
I challenge one of you to try.
Stop killing me!
To try which? Oh, start? Sure. Certainly. I will... Oh, snap. I'll switch after this. Except if I play Starch, Giant has to play Aubergine.
But I can't yet because we don't have her.
Well, once we beat...
We have
Vespula.
to beat Vespula, which I don't think I have.
I have. I'll show you. Oh, snap!
It's the close quarters that are just kicking my ass right now.
Oh, snap!
Oh my god, seriously. Yeah,
okay.
you win. You win this one. Why am I still more points than you? Oh, that's right, because I have
Seeker gun.
Yeah.
Also, deaths lose you 10%.
Oh no, where's
score,
our...
so
We don't have any... we're screwed. Oh, where's the battery?
Oh, yeah, we got it. We got it.
Yeah, I got the battery.
Ain't nobody touching this.
Battery here.
So this was actually the first level that I ever did the scripting for. I'm pretty proud of how it worked out.
Yeah. It's actually... it always reminds me of Portal. Just because it's how it can change itself. But it does it so naturally. Like, it's hard to even notice sometimes. Like, I don't see the bounds of the level. I'm just like, oh, okay, walls are here now.
Ah!
Oh, yeah.
It's not a
really
place I
fun,
want to
actually.
be.
Hypothetically, there could have been a version at one point where it changed shape between the various pixel art versions of the Space Invaders characters.
Oh,
But I
yeah.
don't own the rights to those, so that was only a hypothetical scenario.
What are some of the... I'm just going to take a question from last time, actually. But what are some of the... Hey!
Yay!
Got a crown! What are some of the features that you had to take out that you wish you didn't?
Ooh, okay. That's an interesting one, especially since we're not finished. So technically, we've put everything in. Things that I know we're not going to get in for the launch that I want to later, though. There's a couple things that are on that list where I go, this is something that doesn't necessarily make sense for the initial release of the game. We want to do an ultra-hard version of the campaign, using all the same levels and the same designs, but basically using every single enemy type from level 1 onwards. So like every single level, even the first level is at 11 on the difficulty scale. But that's something that like we want to release the game and see how people actually deal with the complexities first, and then kind of come back and use what we've learned to do that. So that's
in
one
development,
feature that'll go in later.
In development, I'm sure those are called the Sarah Sharpie levels.
Yeah, it may well be.
Because I just brained out on this one. Is there going to be an endless? Like, how many?
Oh,
Yes.
like survival mode?
Yeah.
I've actually just created the level layout for this recently and done a whole bunch of tweaking to it.
Ooh.
We're going to have a custom level that's designed like this level that you just played, actually, where it can change its shape between various different states. And the idea is it's going to be endless mode with just wave after wave after wave. What we want to do is actually have like a difficulty scaling switching so that... did you ever play the game called Rez?
Oh god, I used to love Rez on the PS2. That was PS2,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, it was. So in Rez, what would happen when you play a level is the better you did in the level, it would actually get harder, and you'd take a harder path through the level. And then if you started doing worse, you'd like shift down to a lower, like easier kind of section. And we want to do something similar for our endless mode, where it like gets harder, or not necessarily easier, but shifts up and down between gears based on how well, like whether or not you're full chaining it or annihilating it. Obviously, the highest score run is going to be to full chain everything all the time, but that's also going to put you on the hardest like difficulty.
Yeah.
So
Gold.
yeah, some stuff we want to do there.
One question I was going to ask is, obviously, I'm assuming you guys have a pretty cool story, which means that all of your androids probably have their own personal story as well. And
Yes.
I was just going to take a stab in the dark, but Stark looks like she's not quite finished. If that makes
Stark
sense.
is she's kind of like a prototype.
Yeah.
It's a little bit broken, and but also not necessarily broken in a bad way.
Yeah.
She's interesting. And all the characters do have unique dialogue with all the bosses, so you can kind of get a picture of their backstory. Like, we'll have an opening cutscene and an ending cutscene that explain the overall storyline of the game, which is consistent no matter who you're playing. But based on who you're playing, you will have individual custom dialogue with all 5 of the game's bosses. So that should explain some of their custom backstory and what their motivations are a little bit better.
Oh, cool.
The monsters, the robots, the evil robots, do they all have their own names? Other than the bosses?
They do. Recently, Tim actually did a thing for our development blog where he went through and showcased all of them and tried to explain where they were on the ship originally, because these are all meant to be robots that were part of the ship, you know, that had a role on the ship. They weren't just homicidal, crazy creatures created to kill. Unfortunately, some of them pretty much are that role, but you can check it out on our development blog. Just like go to assaultandroidcactus.com.
I definitely will. Chocobo, can you
spider-
put assaultandroidcactus.com there?
The
Sorry.
spider ones, they're called kegs. So we've just got like different variations of colors on the kegs. The big guys are bombers, who well, I'm not sure if these are the final names. These are what we've been calling them, because we're going to actually do like a kind of bestiary type thing in the game at some point for the collections page, where you'll be able to get information on what they were meant to do on the ship, what their kind of attack stylings are. And the same thing for the characters. We'll have a little bio so you can explain them, and it'll give you hints as to the best way to use their weapons, like the fact that Starch's laser beam weakens the longer distance it has to travel to hit an
That was
enemy.
gonna
You
be
can
one of my
actually
questions.
visually see it thickens up and thins down based on like how far away from the enemy you're standing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there will be like a index kind of thing that's going to go in the game later on.
There.
Make a Pie Man PhD. Are these DBZ like androids, or which are more cyborgs, or are they fully machine?
I think I'm not sure. Tim, are these fully machines or more DBZ? I'm not sure about DBZ. They're synthetics.
Oh, Tim's back
They're
there?
not cyborgs. He is.
Hi, Tim. Hi,
He's in
Tim.
the chat answering questions.
Yeah, he is.
I'm just trying to say hi to him. Hi, Tim. I heard him.
Thanks for answering questions, Tim, because I don't have time to read chat when playing this awesome
How do you like
game.
my Holly power shot?
Your power shot. What?
No, just the characters, you can kind of meld them together.
She looks like
Oh,
she
I
had
see.
googly eyes.
Gave her some googly eyes and a big head. Somebody's calling me. I don't want to
That's
answer.
Oops.
one other feature we may or may not have if people were talking about things that have been removed from the games. We're still pondering about whether or not to have any kind of character customization for the visuals and things.
Oh,
We'll see.
yeah. Is it, ooh, dear. Are you planning any kind of expansions, DLC, or is it all going to be one shot when it's out?
There'll definitely be updates after the game is out.
Oh!
No purchase DLC. It's just going to be, things that we felt we missed in the initial release. We'll come back and just work on them and add to them. It's a tough thing to say because when I say it like that, it almost sounds like we're going to release an unfinished game, which is definitely not the case. Like once we go off early access, we intend for it to be like it's a full featured experience.
Of course.
But there's always like things that don't make sense in the initial release, things that you don't need this for the game to actually feel complete, but it would be nice if you had it at some point.
Yeah. Oh dear. I had another great question.
It's a really tough thing. People get very angry when they feel like you're like holding something back from the initial release and still taking their money.
One thing that I find, I forget where I read this, but a lot of times, it was on Extra Credits, which is one of the best shows on the internet. Oh, and I just need to do this quickly, and then I'll talk. Okay, thank you. So they were saying about like DLC, even paid DLC. A lot of the times is like there's so much space between a game launching. In traditional terms, when you're being published by somebody, so there's so much space in between the launch date and like being done the work that a lot of times they'll make other things that they wish they could have put in the game but didn't have time to implement it. So in a lot of games, that's what eventually becomes paid DLC.
That's very true. In our case, I don't think it's going to be the case. We're probably going to announce our final launch date 2 weeks beforehand, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that's the
And go,
indie way
ta-da!
typically is to announce your game's launch date just when you actually finish it and you're sure when you're going to be launching. So there's not going to be like a 3-month lag. But yeah, in traditional publishing, like when I was at Sega, we would finish the game upwards of, it could be 3 months before the game is on shelves when you're considered to be done.
Wow. And so, like, what do you do for that 3 months, right?
You start working on new projects and hope your studio doesn't get shut down. There's things that are happening in those 3 months. Typically in the big studios, they allocate that time to submission process through QA, and then if you need to resubmit, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, there's usually quite a big lag between a game being done and it actually coming out. And that's why you see such huge day one patches, because over those 3 months, or a smaller amount of time for some projects, you can spend that time working on a patch for when the release day rolls around.
Interesting.
I keep forgetting that in order for me to aim, I have to use the right stick. So I'll just be walking around, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm firing at the wall right now.
Starch was actually quite interesting to use.
Oh god, we're out to Vespula.
Let's do it.
Classic
man.
someone
Come on.
asked, what's the favorite classic shooter? I think the team's favorite classic shooter is Robotron 2048. Is it?
2048?
I'm pretty sure it's 2084, Tim. I think you are wrong.
Ah, Holly, welcome to my garden. It's the strangest thing. Here you are before me, armed, almost like you're planning to defy me.
Are you Dudley Do-Right? So you're the one that's been leading the robots on this deck against the crew? I've got to stop you.
I don't think we're going to be hiring you for the voice.
Anyway, let's get to it. I like this one. It's way more bullet hell.
Oh, yes, I know, and I'm not very good at it.
She's interesting actually. Vespula is our attempt to showcase that you won't be able to predict the bosses in this game. She's uses swarms of enemies rather than necessarily just bullet patterns and things like that.
Which is a lot easier when you have a spread shot.
Damn it.
There we go. There we go.
Ball 3 over here. Oh my god.
I actually really enjoy the voice acting in this.
Don't throw your flowers at
yeah.
me. Oh.
It's been a while since I have played this.
Wow, I still had a chain? That's kind of crazy. Whoa!
Oh, I should use that one. Just
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm in the swarm! Crap!
You dead.
I told you he did! Oh my god, I'm shooting the wrong way. Damn it, let me out of the swarm.
Damn it, Jim, I'm a android, not swarm bait.
Yeah, I'm not doing well in this.
Oh, my chain!
Oh, leave me alone, swarm! Gosh darn it. I like it, even after I die, I still get up more chains because or is that you?
No, that's me. Starch, the world's best bug zapper. Oh, right.
Use the rockets though. When they contract and they're all grouped up like that, if you use the rockets, they'll do a huge amount of damage because they have a small AoE.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
Uh-oh. Guys are in danger.
Yeah.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Oh,
Oh, snap. Totally walked into it.
Oh, battery! Oh, battery! Battery!
Get it.
Got it. It's not enough. It's not enough, though.
She is tough.
I know, I took her. I don't even know if I beat her yet.
I
Lemon
have
is good
once.
against Vespula though.
Yeah. That's probably why I have once.
Oh,
How
stop
fun would the
touching
game
me.
be if you didn't die a few times along the way, right? It's like
Right?
the fact that I've never beaten level
Get
3
that battery.
of the
Yeah.
Really?
Nah, yeah. I've beaten other bits of it when people have beaten like that boss for me.
Oh, yeah.
I'm terrible at Ikaruga. I don't know why. It's actually like the one treasure game that I just cannot.
I think I still have my GameCube version of it.
Awesome game.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, amazing game. But I know how you feel. I still have to use Game Genie to get past it.
Oh, we didn't do it.
Second level in Battletoads.
She's so low. How is she not dying?
Snap!
We did.
Okay, we have 9 minutes.
9 minutes to beat Vespula, okay.
Hit it up.
Alright, I recommend Lemon is a good pick.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
We
Oops.
should have.
Okay.
If we can't do it this time, then I'll switch back to Lemon. Guess what, Swarm? Eat bullets.
Yeah. I totally gotta kill you guys. I'm really sorry, though.
Super dupes.
All the paperwork I'm gonna have to do after this.
Oh, man. Oh,
Someone
that's
asked
good.
what are our preferred characters. I like to play Coral. Tim likes Holly. I'm not sure who Jeff's favorite is, actually, because it kind of switches around. I think a lot of people are going to find the 7th character to be their favorite because
really?
I've nicknamed her Easy Mode.
Hear that, Giant?
No, she's actually like pretty challenging,
Yes.
but when you get really good with her, the railgun is amazingly
Ooh.
powerful.
Interesting.
No, I'm firing the
I don't
right
mind skill. Oh God, skill giving you reward. If that makes sense. No. Oh wow, thank you. I almost have a 500 chain.
Damn. And I have a nothing.
Oh, and I just took 3 in the face. Okay, halfway, and we're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
you're
there-
doing fine.
It's a battery that we.
That was missed. That's
Shit.
gonna kill us.
Yeah, I think
Oh, you
that's
missed
our.
one?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
missed one. We're done.
Now you have to just like buckle down and hit her with every secondary you got.
Yeah.
Oh,
Get it.
got it. While I fire at the wall.
Rockets.
Those rockets are, yeah. Thank you for that tip. Oh, hey!
And now I have confirmation that Jeff's favorite character is the 7th character.
Oh, when she shoots them at you, it's like you said, it's hard to predict. Where's that battery? Oh, we got it. Okay. We got this.
Oh, that was a really nice cannonball, actually. Straight into the swarm. I just saw that.
Nicely done, Giant.
Oh, and probably by accident too.
Oh, man! So another question, we were talking about Mega Man X again. I wanted to bring this up, actually, the first time I played it. With the different phases like this, is that also kind of inspired by, like, the old X games?
This is more inspired by, like, multi-phase Japanese bullet hell bosses and
Damn it!
Okay,
like Japanese
cool.
shoot-'em-up bosses. It's a
Okay,
very
so
common
we're
thing. I
gonna
think it's the same in
add
Mega Man, right?
Android
But it's the
select.
same kind of style where the bosses would typically have a bunch of behaviors linked to, like, phases of their health.
Yeah.
Like in Ikaruga and games like that. And it's a really strong design for a boss because you can kind of master each phase.
shit.
It's almost like a bunch of bosses in one that all have the same style.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. It makes it a lot more fun, too. Especially when those phases start overlapping.
He waves at her.
Establishing connection. Summoning the swarm.
Yeah. I got my own swarm.
I believe in you too.
We can do this. We can do this.
Yeah, I hope so.
Come on, power up. Come on, get those whites. Oh, beautiful.
Arcade
Nice.
cabinet Cactus. I would love an. Someone's asking about arcade cabinet. I would love to have an arcade cabinet. I think we'll try and enter into the Fantastic Arcade competition this year, and if you're picked in like one of the winners in that, there's a chance that they'll make you a arcade
Oh,
cabinet.
that'd be so cool.
So people should
actually-
like tell them to pick us or something. I don't know how it works.
My wife was in the stream, and she can totally back me up on this, but it's one of my lifelong goals to turn my basement into like an old school arcade.
That would be fantastic.
Yeah. Someday.
Problem with me is my favorite arcade games. A lot of them are like the more obscure, expensive ones from like Sega's Model 2 and Model 3 days. The Virtua
Oh, yeah.
Fighter games, Scud Racing, Daytona, all those games.
Oh, shut down!
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah! Whoa!
Oh, what? Excuse me? That wasn't very nice.
Damn it! That was stupid me standing there.
Nope. Okay, we got it. We got it.
Ooh, damn it! Why am I doing that? Tap! Tap! Give you a tap, tap, tap. Ooh.
Uh-oh. Getting dangerous. Make sure you don't miss another
Got
battery.
it. Didn't miss it.
Got it.
We're going.
Gotta do this. That or we'll continue the
Yeah.
trend.
Whoa, whoa,
with
whoa,
this
whoa!
Stupid default Dan boss. Stupid Dan.
Dang it!
Wake up, wake up, wake up! There's power-ups. Oh my god, there's power-ups there. Oh, I need that.
You grab the blue one, you'll be safe.
No.
Oh, get that battery, get the battery, get the battery.
I don't
get
know
the
where
battery,
the
get
battery
battery,
is.
Get the battery, get the battery. I got it. Nope. No.
Ah! Come on! Do it! No, I'm too close!
The blue one will shut her down if you can get a blue power up. That one's really good.
When he's blue power up, when you have skill. Oh. Oh.
Oh my god!
No, 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 no. Oh, darn it. No.
Oh, I didn't know I was dead.
So close. 4 minutes left. Give it one more shot.
Alright.
Oh, did you fail again on the
Yeah,
last
I
phase?
failed
Because where I'm
again.
watching, you're so close.
Yeah, summon your swarm, lady. I invite you to.
So close. That was right on
Wait
the
till it's
edge.
blue and then grab it.
Oh, sorry.
It's all good.
Tried to get it.
Seems like we must take care
got
of
it.
that person.
Weirdest
Oh, I
glitch
didn't.
or bug?
Hopefully it's not a glitch.
Nah.
No, no, not this. Someone's asking what was the weirdest glitch or bug.
Oh.
I don't even know. We've had a few interesting level glitches, but I don't know if they're necessarily that interesting. I mean, to me, when I look at a glitch, it's just, crap, I gotta fix that. So they don't,
yeah.
they don't interest me
I'll
that
get it,
much.
I'll get it, I'll get it.
Didn't have
I'll get
anybody
it, I'll get
turning
it.
into magnets.
No magnets here. Oh god. Oh, I'm right there. I'm right there. Get up. Get up, get it. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
I wouldn't necessarily call it a glitch or a bug, but the first time Tim showed me his idea for a wasp container, like the big wasp tank thing, but it holds a bunch of bombs, which he later used in the level repeater. I thought that was kind of a glitch or a bug because it was so ridiculous. And he thought it was cool, so he went ahead and like put it in the game, and then everyone got angry and they're like, "What the hell is this?" It's still in the game, so it's not necessarily a bug.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with dying there.
So, what have been some of the greatest difficulties in the creation of Assault Android Cactus?
I think they're kind of typical to all of indie development. It's maintaining motivation, really just difficult, especially towards the end of a project.
Oh yeah.
It's difficult just to finish things, and especially when it's like such a kind of near finished state. It always feels like you're right around the edge of finishing it, but also so far. Specifically, difficulty explaining the concepts of the game, like the battery mechanic and other parts, was really, really difficult for a long time, trying to work on like the tutorial and
Yes!
and things like that.
Yeah.
Because it is quite different from a typical twin-stick shoot 'em up, and there's a benefit to that in that it's something new and something fresh, and there's the negative to that in that you have to, like, people pick up the game and they think they understand it intrinsically because they've already played a game like this, but it's actually different. Hey, you beat her!
Oh.
We beat her. Interesting.
Stay put, Gretel. I'm gonna find a thermal lance. Woo! Hey, even
Yay! Good for you, man. Look at those chains. Oh,
Oh
my other chain was
my
bigger.
goodness, my God!
Holy man, it is hard to think
Oh,
when you're
yes.
playing that.
Well, you beat her, so
Yes.
congratulations.
Thank you.
And now you
feel-
get aubergine.
Now
That's
you can
right.
try aubergine.
Oh, she's a badass with that hat.
She gets a helicopter.
Yeah, I know.
So cool.
It's not a helicopter. It's
It's a companion helo.
Yeah.
Copter.
Who gets the black hole? That's her.
She does.
Yeah,
she
singularity generator.
does. Singularity generator. Oh, it says right there. Durr.
But that is going to close it off for us. It's
Yeah.
9 o'clock on the dot.
9 o'clock on the night.
We didn't even plan it. We got both bosses down right at the end.
Well, there's actually 2 more there, but we're not. We D'd those. We gave them the D.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, and thanks.
My pleasure.
Yeah, now you guys can go run to the airport, huh?
Yeah.
No, not quite. I still got a few things to do here today.
Oh, okay. Yes, and thanks to Magnetic by Nature Team Triple Slash for showing up and showing off their game. That was, well, talking about their game. We showed it.
Yeah. Du-du-du-du-du-du.
Wah, wah. Yes, and thanks everybody in the chat for making it quite the busy chat today.
Yeah, thank you, Spidey,
was
for answering questions for us while we were downing Embryo and Vespuria.
Yeah. Woo. Okay, I guess we will see everybody next week when we have a whole new lineup of
Awesomeness and cool.
awesomeness and cool and Big McLarge Huge
Yep.
and
Yep.
Buff Man Meat and sorry, Mystery Science Theater references. Okay, and until next time, have a good night. And
Much love, everybody.
Yes, goodbye.
Bye.